Okie dokie. Finally here doing the glass bottles I should have been showing first, but now I'm, well, finally getting to them. So I just probably grab these at random because they're just kind of around me on both sides. I'm just going to start grabbing and showing, I guess, so we can get this over with. It's been kind of been delayed enough with these ones, and apologies if some of these have not been clean. Thought I cleaned these. I guess I might have missed some of these. Yeah, well, what a bummer. Oh well, still gonna show it anyways. Apologies for the dirty bottles that make an appearance. Let's just go on ahead and get this rolling so I can get these out of the way finally. This is just a kind of looks like an Art Deco-y bottle, sort of, as they would be labeled online for sale. There's the name on it. Mennen. Looks like Mennen. Mennen. Try to get the camera to adjust a little better and give this some more panning and scanning around it so you can see more of the detail. Try to show those little studded corners down here. Yeah. Try to have this like this. Have my camera angled back down again, so, but this looks fine. Okay, there's that one. Here's this one. Apparently I didn't clean this one either. This has this kind of squared design. There's the name. Get that here in a second. If I'm gonna hold it like this, might as well just get it closer to the camera to pick up more of the detail. This has a what's left of the lid still on it, apparently. Probably a label spot. Way to go, camera sensor. I only kept this lid on here because it had some writing around it. I haven't really bothered to read it, and I'm not going to waste time on that. But there that is. There is this one. Campana Italian Balm. Looks like Campana Italian Balm. And there's that one. Another dirty one here. Let's get this out of the way. Kind of an interesting shape. I have not cleaned this one either, apparently. Hence the intro to this one already being dirty. Apologies for the dirty bottle. I thought I cleaned these. Sitting here looking at them all this time and some of the dirty ones slipped by still. Oh well. Quite frankly, I just want to get these out of the living room. They've been here for way too long. Oh, about dropped it in my butterfingers. This just has a 5 on it. That's pretty much the gist of the shape. Some glass waves there. There's that one. Moving on to this one. Apologies for background noise. This one apparently has a damaged, slightly damaged brim there. That's fine. It's got this weird, like, kind of beaded embossing texture on the top. Pretty simple bottle there, all things considered. Oh, it's one of those weird ones. It just has a diamond on the bottom. Very strange. No eye and no oval with an eye, just a diamond. Wonder what that entails. I'm not that bottle savvy yet. Whatever. And there's this one. I think, if I remember correctly, this was an old aftershave bottle. Old vintage aftershave. Some of what the contents inside look like it's staying that chemically rainbow color into the glass, which is pretty cool looking. Not too shabby. This one does have a functioning lid. It's a little damaged, but that's okay. It does have the name on it. Hang on, while that lid's off. That piece flew out. I don't know why I keep those little paper plastic gasket things. I'm kind of a weirdo like that. And off to the name. Jergens. It's on the bottom as well. Looks like a hazel atlas glass. This is Jergens on the bottom with that cool rainbow color going on there. Cool prism color. That's the gist of that one. A smaller version, I assume, as it looks pretty much identical. Oh yeah, there you go, Jergens. Self-evident. There you go. Laugh it up. Kidding. Gotta have fun with this, right? So yeah, it's clearly the same bottle, just smaller, so is what it is. It's got that kind of same color. I'm pretty sure this was an aftershave. If not, it was like a cologne. Basically the same bottle, just smaller, so I don't need to spend too much time on it. For completeness sake, I'll go and get the bottom of it and pause it there for a few seconds. There's that. Let's see if I'm gonna grab something off from over here. Let's start grabbing from this side. And there's this pretty simple bottle. I mainly kept this one because it had the original lid and it had the pharmacy scales on it. If I'm not mistaken, that's what that entails. The lid is gross. This seen better days. But for being in the ground, being found in the ground, it's not too shabby. The lid's in pretty good shape. Still has some of the rust and the tin rust on it from the ground. There's a ton of tin in those holes. See the tin on the lid. It's kind of a pain. That's really pretty much that bottle. Just kept it because of the lid. To be completely honest. Not much to see with this one. Cool. Let's go get this one out of the way. So I already showed the bigger one. Now my last video of the bottles. And here we go with the completely absurdly awesome maple syrup. I don't know if it's maple syrup, it's regular syrup, whatever the fuck kind of syrup it is. Apologies for my French. But yeah, this is just a maple syrup jar. Here we go. We got the log cabin syrup. It would say syrup on this part here, but it looks like the embossing got messed up around the brim. I would get the other one back and show it, but I already moved it downstairs into the basement, so. But this one is deserving of a little bit of screen time anyway, because these are really cool syrup bottles. Can you readjust? There you go. I know, right? It's a syrup bottle, and it's this cool. Now we get cheap, crappy chemical plastics and the most depressing designs ever. Pretty astonishing how far we've come as a society, right? So much progress. We went from this to simple, simple ass plastic, right? So much for progress and being sophisticated, right? All this evolving and advancing, as they say. In fact, I see quite the opposite. We've just gone backwards while other things were allowed to go forward. Like they stunted a lot of other stuff and then just pushed what was more beneficial forward, being, letting the slaves go back and forth to work with their cars and their computers, and that's really about it. In a nutshell, just to put it as simply as possible, I get on a big deep tangent. But yeah, this ball shows the opposite of progress and advancing, in my honest opinion. So just to make that point clear. Because how the hell do you go from something like this for syrup to just shitty plastic? Oh, we gotta save our pennies. Fucking stupid. When a price tag deems how nice and things are, is just absurd. Capitalism. When it benefits. What a stupid fucking thing. So we gonna live in this depressing dystopia because we want to save pennies because it's more profitable. Jeez. People, God, as a society, this is just embarrassing that you go from this to plastic. It's just more practical. It's cheaper. This is permanent, long-term reusable. You could reuse this safely because glass is a lot better than plastic. Proven, undeniable. I mean, sure, you could reuse plastic, but who the hell wants to reuse plastic? It just ends up in the trash, creates waste. This is something you'd want to keep and reuse. Besides, well, ended up in a trash hole in the ground. But still, in my mind, personally, not everyone thinks the same on this stuff, but which is completely fine. But my point is, this is something I'd want to reuse and keep, recycle and repurpose. But of course, this was the norm back then, I guess, so different mindsets. But even considering that, I've always been that kind of person to recycle and repurpose things. I don't like being wasteful. So, hence probably why I'm digging up all these cool old bottles and thinking one day I'll reuse them or something. But yeah, tangent off, over, shutting it off. Gotta get on with this. But yeah, this to depressing plastic. What a world, what a world. Okay, let's see what else I'm going to show. Why not? Let's show the other bottle I mentioned in one of my other glass videos. Because I found 2 baby bottles out there, and this one is a Pyrex. Apologies for not being able to get the whole thing in there without doing this. Just trying to get the name right now. And it says Pyrex this way too. Baby bottles are killing babies. Use plastic. People are too retarded to sterilize their glass bottles. I don't buy that horse shit. I just don't. If you can't sterilize and clean a glass bottle, you probably shouldn't have kids. Just saying. I can't believe someone actually told me that was the reason why they switched to plastic from glass. When in reality, it's quite the opposite. Plastic would be harder to clean than glass. But people are stupid. Let's leave it at that. It's too late to be nice. As Archaics would say. The YouTube channel Archaics, Jason would say. It's too late to be nice. People are stupid. It's just dumb. As he would say. Okay. And there's the measurements. This is a 7 ounce? No, it's an 8 ounce bottle. Get that 8 in there. Well, yeah, for anyone who didn't know that, I mean, I didn't. I just thought they switched to plastic because, you know, ooh, we're so advanced and sophisticated. Plastic is the new thing, right? That's what I thought growing up. I never thought about people sucking at cleaning glass baby bottles and their babies dying and all that shit. Never thought about it. But when that person said that to me, I about had a stroke, an aneurysm, whatever. Just the absurdity of saying that. Just to admit people were that stupid at one time. Oh, we can't stick this baby bottle in a warm pot of water and clean it. Shit, my mom was using these back when I was a kid, in the early 90s. I watched my brother use a glass bottle. She always warmed them up in this, not like a boil or nothing. She just put them in a pot of water on the stove and let them sit there for a while. Let the water get, enough to create a steam, and that was it. So I don't buy into that. Oh, the glass bottles are killing babies. It was too hard to clean them and sterilize them. Are you fucking serious? But anyway, back onto the bottle. I know I'm not meaning to go on a tangent there, but this has the that rubber nipple one that pulls over the top. Very unique design there. Old worldy design. Wow, I'm wasting too much time on this. Spending too much time on that. And there you go. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, well, this says made in USA. Let's get on from that. Before I have a stroke thinking about glass bottles killing babies because people are too stupid to clean them. Let's see. Options. Let's go get this bigger Atlas out of the way. Here's another Atlas strong shoulder mason. This is one of the first ones that was found out in that spot. This one has a little bit of damage on it. Right here, here, and right here, tragically. But they're not, the pieces haven't blown out or fallen out, so far they're fine. Readjust camera light. Oh my Jesus. Man, that's annoying. This is pretty much just a mason jar, old Atlas. Just has a weird, either a 6 or a 9 on it. We'll wager that's a 6. And that's really pretty much that one. Okay, let's just go and get the other ones out. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. Because I had mentioned in my last glass video, fix my mat. I mentioned in my other video, my last one I did, the glass bottles, I had a bigger version of this one. For anyone that has seen that one, they should know which one I'm talking about. This is the bigger version of the other one. Place for a label. It's pretty much that. Ichoús&Diakymánseis Glass Company. Pretty much nothing else to see. Get one more quick spin again, just because it's kind of a cool design. Nice texture design. See if I can't capture a little bit on this one too. Probably not. Get nice and close like this maybe. Oh well, I tried. And let's go to this lid since this was sitting on top of it. This is one of those unique ones with the insert knife to pop open here ones. This one didn't clean up very well. Got a crack on there. That looks like an imperfection in the glass. These are like my new Pogs. However, you don't actually want to do that, you'll break them, of course. Shouldn't have to explain that. You don't want to actually use these as Pogs. It's just kind of a joke. It's kind of dating myself a little bit, as Lucius Aurelian would say. You're making a lot of references in this one. Archaics, Lucius Aurelian. Okay, let's have any more I could slip in there. Yeah. That's a Presto one. There's the actual name. Cool. Let's go to this broken Presto one now. This one has a broken top, unfortunately. But I have another one downstairs now, so I'm not too hard up on this one now, having a broke top. Presto Supreme Mason, and this one's slightly different, manufactured by Ichoús&Diakymánseis Glass Co. Just get the embossed name here a little better and probably move on from this one already. As we've already verified, the glassmaker's emblem. That's that one. This one's in the way. Let's get it out of the way. This tiny little hazel atlas lid here. Not entirely sure what this went to. It's like a tiny little mason jar lid. It's the only one I've ever found like this. I don't even remember where I found it. It just happens to be here with these bottles. I think I might have found this in Rock Creek. Actually, I think I found this one in Rock Creek. So I guess it'd be like a little slip-in bonus, I guess. It's already here and in the way. Little hazel atlas mason jar lid. Tiny little one compared to your normal ones. Your, I guess, be considered more average style ones. And then even the zinc ones. Oh, these are hazel atlas too. Look at that. As you can see the size difference here. So yeah, just get this one out of the way. Little tiny little hazel atlas. Let's go and get this in here. This is actually my only one of this brand, the Kerr. Self-sealing trademark. Trademark frag. Okay. So Kerr self-sealing mason. Get the lid here in a second. And I must not have cleaned this one either. Unless I did, it just came out looking like shit still. I apologize about that. I don't think I cleaned this one though. For whatever reason, I only bring the bottles inside and have them in here if I clean them, so I must have just been juggling a bunch of different bottles and just kind of, you know, shit happens, I guess. If you've ever seen Forrest Gump, everyone should know the biggest lesson to take from that movie is shit happens. See if I can get this little. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, looking at this one now, I only have one of these in my collection. 7 dot. Now I do believe this is a. It's not a matching lid. Jeanette Mason. I'll get that out of the way. I'll just do all the mason jars. Here's another ball mason. Ball perfect mason to be exact. Cool. It's kind of like the one I have shown in my last video of the bottles. Just kind of single ribbing design on the back. Ooh, big old made in USA right there. Not sure if my other one had that embossed here. Just 8B. Not much to see there. And just one last time on the front. And that's that. And this is a matching lid. The one I snuck in my last video as well. The ball number 10. $45B. Nothing to really see there. That's pretty much done with already. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way just because I think I've shown it before, but I'm going to show it one last time. This was found in the ground with the bottles. And this is kind of like my rough starting date for the bottles I've been finding because, you know, clear as day right there, 1949. But who's to say, this could just been like a tag that was sitting around for X amount of years, yada yada, and then they've decided to finally throw it away years later. Who knows? It's kind of why I got to say roughly the 40s or 50s most of these bottles are from. Because this Iowa license plate is dated to 1949. And it was folded up when I found it. That's why it's got these weird creases in it. It was... Someone folded it up and tossed it. You can see where that fold lines are, maybe. It's falling apart. I gotta be careful with it. But interestingly enough, they'd find a license plate with a date on it in there. So now I can get that moved. Oops. Butterfingers. I can get that moved out of the way now. And I'll probably blast through these because I've shown most of these or hinted at these already or have shown some already, so These are just the Pinnock and Ford Ltd ink. Can't really see it that well, but there's a P on here. It's Pinnock and Ford Ltd Co. Basically, another syrup jar with the cool little handles on them. So I like these. So I like to collect the ones with handles. Let me say that again a little slower. I like to collect the ones with handles. Apologies, I do tend to talk fast and run my words together. I'm working on it. My brain's pretty much just squirrely all the time. It's kind of a struggle. Been that way my whole life. My brain moves faster than, well, processes faster than my body can keep up. That includes my mouth. So, there's that. Like I said, just go ahead and blast through these because I got quite a few of them up here. There's no sense in getting too crazy with them. Unless I can find one with a better, there we go, that has a better stamp on it. Pinnock and Ford. Maybe this is gonna, yeah, it looks like about as good as it's gonna get. This particular one is made by the Own Illinois Glass Company. As you can clearly see, Pinnock and Ford Ltd. Let me go and get these out of the way because I got quite a few of them up here still. This one appears to have some of the old residual contents in it, potentially. Usually when things dry up and get all crusty like that, that's been the case with these older bottles. These have been upside down every time. Pinnock and Ford. And believe it or not, this one I think has the original lid. Pretty sure that's the original lid. Yeah, it looks like the original lid. Do something real fast, apologies. It still functions, it's not cracked or damaged. The only one I found with a lid anyways. Hence why this one's cleaner on the inside as well, because it was sealed from stuff getting in it, from sitting in the ground. This one does have a slightly different stamping on the bottom. But that's that. Just another one real quick. That's all janky stamp going on in the bottom. Those are those. Let's see. Let's get some of these out of the way. Got quite a few of these. Get some of these green ones out of here. Get some of these smaller ones finally addressed because they seem to take up the most. And there's this one. Has this kind of textured embossing on the side here. Kind of ribbed. Mirrored on the other side. And that's pretty much that one already. A little bit of janketry going on here. Yeah, me rubbing is going to magically fix it, I know, right? That's that one. Go knock all these out real quick because there's 3 of them. No sense in showing too much of that again. For anyone who wants to decipher what these are. Okay, let's see. This one did not clean up too well, but it's just like the other two. Probably should have put a little more elbow grease into this one, but I didn't. But that's pretty much the gist of that one. This has a stopper in it. It's actually pretty much the same as these ones, just smaller. It's got a functioning lid with a little stopper thing still. This is more like a drop style one. Get some liquid on the top and just drips off of it, it looks like. Should get it to actually focus for once. There we go. Just a tinier version of the other two, or 3, I mean. There's that. Really, these are all identical, so it shouldn't spend too much time on these. Some of them do clean up better than others, though. It's like a 4. There we go. 416. This one's slightly different, finally. Oh, yes. St. Joseph. Some sort of medicine bottle, I'm sure. Oh, an aspirin. There you have it. This is another squib one. I've shown us another squib bottle in my other glass videos. And on the other side, squib as well. Bottle made in USA. With an 11, I guess. Got a green tube style, cylindrical style bottle here. Some air bubble, got some glass bubbles in there. DR 7DR. Clearly a medicine bottle there as well, like those amber ones I have. They have DR on them as well. Yeah. Guess I have two of these now. This is some old paper. I think it's from the old label falling off of this one, and I weirdly kept it. But yeah, this is just another one of these green wide mouths. With that textured, bumpy kind of thing going on here. Not much to see there besides the best part of the bottle is at the bottom, so skip right to that. It's got the pharmacy scale, if memory serves correct on that. There's that one. Here's this particular style one. I don't think I have any other ones like this in my collection. I have so many bottles being juggled around, I apologize. I don't quite remember if I've shown one like this yet or not, so I can't say. This one cleaned up nicely. Has this cool kind of texture on the top as well. It's got 318.1. Let's do this randomly, I guess. It's a 5-inch bottle. I know, random, right? Should have been doing that with the other ones if I was going to do that. So I might as well not worry about that now. Got a similar one to this I've shown already. It's got the Duraglass embossing. Just got to get on this side. And there's the bottom of that one. These ones without the studded texture on them, and it's got the applicator thing still in it. There was like a little piece of cloth on these, some sort of cloth padding thing. I guess there's something here you dip in here and then apply and applicate. I just kind of went ahead and kept the metal applicator handle piece in there. Got rid of the obviously useless cloth piece. That's going to be annoying. Let's take that out. Huh. Not much to see there. Just going to skip to the bottom and I don't know if that's 51 or 54. Sort of messed up right there, as you can clearly see. Yeah, there's that. And the ones with the studded texture also has, well, this applicator still has the cloth piece on it still. Why did I leave that on there? It's gross. Yeah, there it is. In its old glory. I'm not going to take this one out because I'm going to have to fight to get it back in there. We'll leave it at that. But the other two I've shown like this, or however many of these I've shown now, have had this applicator handle in them, I think. Just got to the point where I just stopped caring and started throwing them out. But we've already seen this one, so no sense in really spending too much time on it. Let's get to the bottom and move on. Let's do this one. No, this is that label. The label that's been falling off is on from this bottle. Don't know why I kept it. Oh, I'll piece it together and I'll read it one day. No, I won't. Probably not. This is more of the style of bottles I'm going to start collecting more of. Stop just collecting up everything like it started off as, and then now it's just down to the point to where I'm getting so many bottles I have to just get unique ones only. More as some sort of I have no idea. I'd do something with hygiene or something, probably soap or something hair related. And unfortunately, there's nothing to work with on the bottom. Besides whatever that faded embossing is. Okie doke. Let's go to this one. This had some nasty contents in it and I couldn't get it out. So apologies if that looks gross. This is how some of these turn out. But the bottle itself is still cool. It's got that either pharmacy thing going on there or handmade thing. But I've noticed they have different letters or numbers on the inside of that thing. Weird looking clay pot looking thing there. That's really all there is to work with that. So yeah. Let's go to this one. The oddball one here. Looks like a cork top style. Vapoglycerine, cresseline, vapocresseline, whatever, however you want to pronounce that. For what it's worth. Yeah. Let's see. Go and get this one out of the way since I've teased it enough. This little pour of some sort. Don't find too many complete pieces like this. Needs to be cleaned up better though. About the only bit of damage on it, really. There must be some sort of weird imperfection in the glass. It's really just this one blown out bottom piece. Broken off piece. But it still stands, it still works. Yeah, okay. Let's do these. This is one of the first blue bottles I found out there, I believe. I haven't taken the lid off it yet, but this is usually how the lids look when you find these bottles. So the other two I showed that had the lids and still had the labels and everything on them was pretty astonishing, needless to say, because they usually look like this and worse. So I haven't taken this lid off yet. I just figured I'd leave it on there. No idea why. I guess at the time I was just kind of trying to preserve them in the state I found them in, besides cleaning them. But now it's just like, nah, the lid's junk, I'm just going to take it off. It's really just, well, this one didn't say much of anything on the bottom. That was a genuine Phillips. That might be my other one. So there's that blue bottle. With its jank lid, which is pretty much how all of them look. They're either this bad or worse, or don't have them at all. So those other two are pretty exceptional, I'd say. And I think this is my genuine Phillips one. And in fact, this one came out pretty clean too. Didn't really wants to focus. Apologies for the fan there. I'm not trying to give should start getting like a seizure warning here. But I've shown similar bottles like this, or exact same bottles like this already, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. This is the Made in USA. Genuine Phillips. That's it. And I do have another one of these actually, and it has the lid that's almost legible. This one still turns off, I believe. Nope, this one does not. Alright, I don't want to damage it then, just leave it on there. This one, as you can see, has the corrosion keeping this lid from coming off. Now I'm sure I could carefully use a pick or something and get that stuff cleaned out of there and probably take it off, but this part here appears to be so far gone I don't think it matters. It's either take it off and ruin it or just leave it on there. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really matter. Just leave it on there for the time being. And yeah, it's pretty much the same as the other one. Let's see what's going on with these. I showed these ones already. No, these are just other ones. I have found quite a few of these now. I guess I have more of that one as well. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to show here. Kind of somewhat organize these a little bit. And so let's do these ones. See if I kind of got them in a natural order by accident. Another Vicks Vapor Rub with that emblem on it. And just for the sake of it, since I've already showed one in my last video, and I apparently have another one, I've got these two different Vicks Vapor Rubs here. I can't remember which one's older, but I'm sure that indicates it but I don't remember. So we just got the blue Vicks Vapor Rub with that particular embossing logo on the bottom. Again, no reason to spend too much time on these. I've shown similar ones already, I'm sure. I had to have, because I have some downstairs in my show organization bottles. The bottles I've shown and have organized, because I have to keep them all separated because I got so many bottles. I gotta separate them as I'm showing them. It's quite a headache. Vicks Vapor Rub again. Shouldn't have to read it. It's clear as day what it says. It's pretty much the same bottle as the last one. And this one it got a slightly different color blue to it, but it is obvious what this one is as well. This one has a slightly different blue to it though. Back to this one again real quick. I guess I have two of these in my collection now. If they're the same size or not, I'm not entirely sure. One last time. And then, oops, then there's this one, which just happened to be, thankfully, not a Vicks Vapor Rub. It just says Made in USA with a 1. So cool. Pretty much all there is to see with that one is just a cylindrical tube style one. A long cylindrical style. And this one. Pretty much just this quick turnaround. This is a Noxzema. Hell, they still make this up today, I believe. What the lady said. It's like some sort of face cream or something. If memory serves correct. I don't pay attention to this type of stuff, so she knew what it was, I guess. An old vintage Noxzema blue glass jar. Makes you think of Dragon Ball Z, kind of. Okay, let's see. What do I want to show now? Suppose I can go on ahead and... Yeah, I guess I'll show this one. I was wanting to save this one for last, a little bit closer to the end, but why not? Here's my only full surviving Coca-Cola bottle I have managed to find. And this was a surface find. It was not in the ground at all. It was just laying on the top of the soil. Just laying there by a downed tree. Now, I've seen plenty of evidence of broken ones of these out there. In fact, I have more of those downstairs. I'll probably show those later, though. For like I'd get to the other bottles. Didn't think it through. I should have grabbed them. But oh well. I got this Coca-Cola bottle here. It's got to be 1930s, roughly. Thing is thick and heavy. That's what she said. Terrible timing, I know. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, which people probably want to see. If I can even capture that, it's kind of tricky for some reason to get this in there. It's mirrored on this side anyway, I think. Sorry, I'm actually just trying to see this for myself. No, it's different on each side. All right. Now I'll try to get this in as close as I can and focus as I can, and people can read what this says. Try to go as slow as I can without being too jittery. Sure, some Coca-Cola buff, if they ever come across this, will know. I know it's not a patentee or nothing. It's like a weird, yeah, I couldn't figure out what this one was. Just says office on it. And then the bottom. That's pretty much that one. Big old heavy Coca-Cola bottle. Well, it's not big, but it's heavy. Almost looks like uranium glass, but it's not. That green tinge in it, especially at the bottom right here. But yeah, I've finally shown the Coca-Cola one. It's in pretty immaculate shape for just sitting out in the woods for who knows how long. Some pretty serious glass. Here's how thick this stuff is. I know it doesn't really do much, but take my word for it, these things are thick and heavy. It almost looks like a marble right here. Yeah, boy. The old Coca-Cola bottle one, finally. Alright then, I guess that'll be that one. Let's see. I guess I'll go to this one. Got this cool embossing design on it. I do believe this one was another like hair tonic or hairstyle bottle or something, if memory serves. Panade or whatever. Panade, however it's pronounced. These are showing up better, so let me get these again. This has the original lid. Survived being in the ground, and it functions. Even has a little stupid seal, paper, plastic, thin seal in there. You see the white sticking out in there. Actually, I wonder if this was the dish soap one. Ah. Paris, New York, London. What an interesting combination. Doesn't help the fact there's an actual place in London called New York as well, if memory serves correct. Sleep on that one. So it's the first original New York, a Europa location. There's nothing on this side. It really just has this weird long skinny neck. It's got this on the bottom. Do my best to capture that. I don't want to read all of it. It's always tricky to read these through a phone screen. But there you have that. I'll try to do my best. I'm trying to figure out where this thing starts. Can't start there because that's where it says registered and blah blah blah. It gets kind of weird and faded right there with the embossing. This is like patented trademarks, yada yada, etc., etc. Guess the most important takeaway is this right here. Is it Ed Panade? Panade Inc.? God, sorry if I'm butchering that. It's always tricky to read these things. Pretty sure it says Ed Panade. Panade. Something of the like. Of that nature. Alright then. We're done with that. Let's get this out of the way. Get this lid out. I already showed it earlier. It says Blast Do It. Hazel Atlas. Genuine Boyd's cap for Mason jars. And Hazel Atlas. This has the original plastic lid on this milk glass. It's a Hubbard, Ayer, and Harriet. Yeah. Sorry, my disgusting wrist is popping over here. Try to get this in here. This little flower thing in there. It's made USA. This has been turned into my extra lids container. I've been finding out there and sticking lids in here for different various bottles. And this lid does have a crack somewhere in it, right here. So I gotta be careful with it, but it still threads on, so. This is my little lid container, essentially. Sorry if you heard that. My poor hands. Ooh, ow. God, I apologize, that's terrible. I'm pretty sure the camera picked that up. I was just stretching. Ugh. Let's get these medicine bottles knocked out of the way. I do truly apologize for that. I was not expecting that to be so dramatic. Ay caramba. It's a 4-ouncer. I've seen enough of these by now to get the gist of them. So just kind of do this real quick turnaround. Need to clean this. I need to clean this one better as well, apparently. And there's that one. Here's this. Pretty much the same thing in better condition. With the original lid, I believe. Yeah, this one has the original lid, hence why this one came out so clean. Because nothing really got on the inside. Let's go ahead and get this restaged up a little bit and start like this. 4-ouncer. I think the storm coming through here is messing with my messed up joints and stuff. Down my wrist. Sorry, I apologize. That's being extremely crabby right now. And this one's lid still works. And it's the original. Even has the A on the cap, just like the jar does. It's not working. Because side by side's the best. And there's that. And these ones, just randomly, these ones are like 5.5 inches, roughly. And let's get on with this one. Another 4-ouncer. Don't spend too much time on it. So I've already shown enough of these, but I do like these style bottles because just they feel. I'm not sure what the word is I'm going to use. Bona fide? Not really. That's a joke. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's a good movie. Need to watch that again soon. one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a good movie. This one does not have the original lid on it. It just happened to have one and it fit. But it does match this bottle though. Sure. This one has a damaged piece on it. You know, I found it without the lid and it was already damaged. Some chip outs in it. But it does have the A on the inside. Yeah, in the bottom of the bottle here. So those do go together. That's that. Down the list we go. Got some, I guess that's Sani glass. Sorry glass. It's hard to make that out. This has the original lid. This is the Brockway. Oops. It's gotta be sorry glass or something. That's pretty much the gist of that. Gonna get this one out of the way. It's pretty much the exact same bottle. Forgot to get that out of the way. Got the first aid logo on it, I guess that's what that is. This one actually has a pretty good condition seal in there. Nope. On to this one. It has the Duraglass on it. Has this got the original lid? I can't verify if that's the original lid for this one or not. I believe it is though. The lid still works nice. At the bottom here. Cool. Like my little medicine bottles. Got this one. Slightly smaller than the other one. But this is the Sorry? Sani? It is Sani. Sanitize? Sani glass? Guess that makes sense for a medicine bottle. It's hard to get that on there. Yeah. It's a bigger Brockway. Well, it still functions. Oops. Popped my finger by accident. I'm breaking. No. Let's see what I'm going to show next. Guess I can show this bigger one here. This one looks like a kind of a glass stopper, maybe. One of the bigger bottles, so it's kind of tricky to get it in here. Yet another alcohol bottle, of course. Some nice embossing on it. Got your federal warning on there, of course. Kind of hard to see it. There's like no happy medium with this one, with the angle it's on the side here. But it just, yeah. Once you've seen that logo, you'll know. Would like to use this for mead one day, but I don't think this thing takes a cork. It's hard to get that as well. Oh. Just in a general cool alcohol bottle. I think it's a bit fancier, had like a glass stop. Those crystal glass stopper things in there, probably. Crystal glass stoppers. Old fancy pants liquor bottle. Just, you know, it's a simply pretty neat, cool bottle. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna get this one out of the way. Their alcohol bottle, of course. This has this kind of studded texture on it, or whatever kind of texture that is. Looks like, I don't know, it's smooth here. It's textured on this part. Almost like kind of 3D squares, kind of. This is a thread top. Cool. This one has more going on the bottom. If I can capture it, it's kind of tricky. Wine Corporation. This was a wine. It says Wine Corporation. Refilling forbidden. Really, that's pretty much all there is to see with this one. Besides this kind of texture around here, I guess I didn't get. Really quite tricky to get it in there. Kind of like this fluted kind of look. Focus. Oh, there's that one. Let's see. Guess I can get these ones out of the way. Look like a cork top whiskey bottles, I assume. And these are going to become my personal mead bottles at some point, if I can ever get them cleaned out enough to where I could trust using them. Because like I said, I like amber bottles. Probably ran that together. Let me say that again. Because like I said, I like amber bottles. I just don't know why I just like the color. Just kind of, I don't know, like them. Got your alcohol warning. Your obligatory alcohol federal law thing there. It's kind of newer-ish cork style, well, vintage cork top. It's not like no 1800s down bottle or nothing. And I won't even say early 1900s. This is more like 40s, 50s probably. Cork top style. I can't get this. This one's awkwardly long. I'm going to have to adjust the camera up. That might help. I might have to pick up the camera for this. Does it even say anything on the bottom of it? Oh, that was kind of silly. There's nothing on the bottom of it at all anyways. It's just a whole lot of nothing going on there. There we go. Goodness gracious. Did all that work for nothing. So I guess that's that one then. Not really a whole lot going on there besides the cork top. I got another one here, which is one I managed to get cleaner with a lot of work. Still not perfect, but almost done. I will be using this as my personal mead bottle at some point. I'm pretty sure this doesn't apply anymore. It's just a bottle I dug out of the ground, so it's for my own personal use, so I don't think it matters. This one does have stuff on the bottom. But well, that was a pretty good strike of thunder there. It's kind of the same similar neck piece as the other one. Slight difference in them. But yeah, this one managed to come out pretty clean. To hold the camera for this one. Josie C. Graham and Sons, Ltd. Gosh, it's super jittery. I apologize. They have this tripod set up weird, and the phone's really kind of shaky on it. So yeah, it says Canada on it. That's pretty much the gist of this one. Hopefully I'll be using this one day. It's my own little personal bottle. Let's go for this one. Mojin. David. It's got the Mojin and the Star of David there, I guess. Boy, it's storming good outside now. Wow. Or the camera's picking that up. The phone recording's picking it up. I like thunderstorms though. Refilling forbidden. This is another wine. Wine Corp of America. Oreo's over next to me with his bell collar jingling around. Mr. Oreo, as Ross would say. That's really about the gist of this bottle here. Let's try to do this real quick, I guess. That storm kind of distracted me. That thunder did anyways. 4.5 quart. Guess that's all it says on the bottom. So yeah, that's that. Let's go ahead and show my little shot glass I found out there. It's got a little chip in it, but I'll never use it anyway. I don't do that stuff anymore. Don't drink like that anymore. Haven't for years. Ugh. Ugh. Makes my blood curdle even thinking about it. All the hard nights on the younger days. Party hardy days. Whew. Ugh. It's disgusting. But yeah, this is just a cool little shot glass. It's pretty much all the way around. Nothing on the bottom. Yeah, I'm just a occasional wine and beer person. I'm more of a wine person though anymore. Just stick with the mead, essentially. I know I bring it up a lot, so that's not obvious. I like the meat so much I homebrew my own. When I do it anyways. That's that. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. This is a another import bottle. This is a Lamont L. Yeah. Lamont L. And I guess that's like the last name or something. Magellan. Magellan. Mullins? Yeah, there it is. It's kind of tricky reading that. Mullins. This is I think it's a Belgium import, if memory serves correctly. So this trash hole I've been digging in has some imported stuff in it as well. Expect another thunder strike to go off here. Thunderclap here in a minute. See the flashing through the window. This is my only surviving Lamont, though, I think. Yeah. It's got some of that damn tin on it still. Some tin around here. Weird seam action. Pretty cool color. It's a black hole in the glass. So there's that one. Let's get this last wine one out of the way. I only have found one of these so far out there. Oh, I gotta stretch. Oh, there we go. This has some cool embossings on it. Man, it's hard to get this in there. Looks like a swan. Oh, look at this. Looks kind of like it has a longer neck on there. I think maybe, or it could be an eagle. It's probably an eagle. I retract that. It's an eagle. I see it now. So I believe so. I have to hold the camera for this one because this one's really tricky to get the whole embossing on there. American wines. Get this set back down. That's the name of it there, I think. So much going on this bottle. Not much going on there. I think that's about it. This one already. This has a 4/5 quart there. It's just a another old wine bottle. And it kind of has what's left of the lid still on it. And that would be this one. It's a long bottle. Okay, moving on finally. Now on to the last one, which I saved this one for last. This is the H. Clay Glovers Co. Old medicine bottle. Probably the oldest bottle found in that spot, I think. This dates about mid-1920s. So some of the original medicine content staining in there. This is the Glover's Imperial Medicine. It's got the New York on it. And on this side, the bottom just has WT, the 2. That's just damage. That might have been 10 at first. Yep, finally shown this one. And not like just, you know, jittering it around and trying to be quick about it. Six and a half fluid ounces. It's hard to clean these out when they got such small openings for the lid there. It's super tiny. That stuff was stained in there pretty good and it did not want to come out. But yeah, I've not found any more of these out there, even though my friend found this when we were both out there and he just gave it to me. So I've yet to find any more of these, which is tragic because I was hoping finding this one I'd find other similar style old medicine bottles from the early 1900s and whatnot, but that didn't happen, or hasn't happened yet. I mean, hell, half the reason why I'm still digging out there so vigilantly is to find one of these, more of these style medicine bottles and such. But I just end up finding, you know, other various oddities and cool bottles. So I think with that, this video is pretty much done. So yeah, some few few more close-ups. This is a pretty thick amber bottle. Has some weight to it. For being found in the ground, amongst other various debris and particles and whatnot, I'd say it's in pretty good shape. You get your little chips here and there on the edges, but I mean, what do you expect? This thing was thrown in a hole with a bunch of other bottles, and then over time, rocks and other various things compacted on all this stuff. All things considered, as I say, this is in pretty good condition. Should get that wave in there. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus on it for some reason. It's being touchy all of a sudden. But yeah, I think I've shown this one enough. But seeing as it is kind of like the highlight of this show and lack of telling, this one's been pretty chill and quiet for the most part. But yeah, guess I'll just leave it with that. And yeah, that'd be this one. All right, till my next drug out bottle video.